Week 7 in the BCFC is in the books, so now it's time to look forward to Week 8. Hi, I'm Adam Cordick, host of Touchdown BC and your weekly host for BCFC game previews. We have a battle on the island this weekend. The 6-1 Westshore Rebels take on the 3-4 VI Raiders. These two teams met back in Week 2 where it was the Rebels beating the Raiders 45-22. The win was the first time the Rebels beat the Raiders since VI moved to Nanaimo in 2005. We talked with the Rebels head coach Boice and got his thoughts on his team's monumental win over the Sun this weekend, breaking Okanagan's 24-game BCFC win streak, and what he expects in the rematch against the VI Raiders. Coach, this past weekend you're coming off a huge win against the Okanagan Sun, 29-23, scoring with 16 seconds left. With the win, you move into a tie for first place in the BCFC. What are your thoughts on your team's performance?
Hey, I'm incredibly proud, as I always am, of our kids. Just the way they work. You know, we're such a new program. I mean, there's been so much growth in the last year and a half since we, really dove into this, and a lot of new people, a lot of new faces, and man, we've had to really accelerate things. And I feel honestly very honored to be around a lot of good players and good coaches and good executive that have allowed us to accelerate this program. Beating the Sun, they're a very, very good program, very good football team, and the ball could have bounced either way, and it bounced our way, and we're very excited for that, Adam. It was a great win.
Coach, before the Sun game, you named Ashton McKinnon as your starting quarterback for the rest of the season. Ashton, against the Sun, although throwing 3 picks, played steady, throwing for 262 yards and a touchdown, and also ran for 85 yards. What can you say about your starting quarterback?
Hey, we love Ashton, man. He's played the entire season. We've always known we've had a couple guys we could win with. We hated losing, Scott having to go back home, but Ashton did a really, really good job. That Okanagan Sun front did a good job. They were not going to let Jamel and Trey get going, and they gave the read, and Ashton did a very good job running downhill. Like you say, getting those rushing yards, throwing the ball. He actually missed some throws. There was times there, and a couple of the picks where one was, the last right before half, we were just throwing up the end zone trying to get something going, so I don't really count that one. Another was a bad play call on my part, and then the one was, was a kind of a blown coverage or protection. So what I like about it is, man, when it really mattered, he got outside the pocket, extended the play, and made some good things happen. And I think it's just reflective of him and all the guys of our team. They just keep fighting. They just believe they're going to win, and they go get it done.
Now to this weekend, you visit the Raiders on Saturday, a team who you beat in Week 2, 45-22. What can you expect to see from the Raiders?
Oh, it's going to be a hornet's nest. That place is always tough to play. Coach Erdman, is a very good coach. I have a lot of respect for Coach Hockey after working with him for a season, and I know they'll be very, very well prepared. That place is going to be tough. It's going to be a close football game. Again, we're going to rely on our conditioning. We've just been in very, very good shape. We continue to lift and get in better shape, and we just wear teams down. And this game will be no different. We're just going to have to work on them defensively, offensively, and start to accelerate things in the second half.
That is Boice, head coach of the Westshore Rebels. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Adam. Take care, man.
We also caught up with the head coach of the VI Raiders, Jerome Erdman, and talked to him about his team's performance in a loss to the Rams this past weekend, and got his thoughts on the Raiders' upcoming game against the Rebels. Coach, the first time you played the Rams, you got off to a great start. This past weekend, you got down early, but was able to make it a game in the end, but unfortunately ended up losing that one 32-17. What are your thoughts on your team's performance?
Mixed, obviously. I think we've proven that we can play with almost anyone in the league. What we also have proven is that we haven't been able to play 4 quarters yet. I've got to do a better job of keeping our guys level and being able to play all 4 quarters. If we can do that, we'll be a pretty tough team to beat.
Your offense only had 18 yards of net offense in the first half, but in the second half, your team put up 234 yards. What adjustments did your team make going into the second half?
You know what? We tried to increase the tempo. We went hurry-up offense. changed our blocking schemes a little bit. During the game, too, we also put in North Rainey in at quarterback a little bit. Took Jake out, not because he was playing well, he was under a lot of pressure, but, that time on the sideline gave him a chance to, take a look at the game from a different perspective. And, to his credit, he took it like a professional, and I think it really helped him. He came out in the second half and, was making his reads, hitting his targets, and he could see what he could do once the game slowed down for him a little bit. I thought he did a very good job in the second half.
Now looking to this Saturday, your team hosts the Westshore Rebels, who are tied for first place in the BCFC. You played them back in week 2 and lost 45-22. What can you expect in this game? Obviously,
they're a very, very good football team. We expect them to, on defense, they'll blitz us. Our teams have had a lot of success doing that against us, so we're going to have to come up with a game plan to battle that. On defense for us, we expect them to use their weapons. Jamel Lyles is a heck of a football player. He's a great back. Trey Campbell's been playing very, very well for them. Ashton McKinnon's doing a great job at quarterback. Their O-line is playing well. Our defense has been playing really, really well lately, and this is going to be a big challenge for them. They're a good offensive football team.
That is Jerome Erdman, head coach of the VI Raiders. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week. Well, there you have it. If you are in the Nanaimo area, that game is this Saturday. Kickoff at 2 p.m. at Caledonia Park. For more coverage of the BCFC, follow each team's Twitter account and also the BCFC's Twitter account at BCFC_media. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, and enjoy the games.